Sats and Rat here, and we're joined by Cam Smith as well for Sports Pick, and we'll talk about what's going on through round 7, get his thoughts on that, and also tipping with Sports Pick. There's a competition where you can take on Cam as well. We're going to get to that very soon. How are you, mate?
I'm going well. How are you guys?
I'm really liking 100% footy.
Yes.
You and your avatar involvement.
How good is it?
It's not AI.
So good.
Is it actually you? It's not AI, is it? Where they've just sort of made you fill the words.
No, mate, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah, but it's me in a like a big TV screen.
Yeah,
it's crazy. The fun. I had to have a giggle to myself, fellas. But like the first couple of weeks I did it, and so like I'd be home. Straight after we shoot, and like I'd go to say one of my kids, netball or something like that, and they're like, "I just seen you on TV in Sydney. What's going on there?" So
Look closer.
No. Yeah,
Look closer.
Trick photography.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Speaking of sports picks with Cam, I want to know, how are your footy picks going? Because we are horrendous.
How bad is it?
Well,
I got 2 this week.
Well, I got 4.
Oh, that's a good week.
Yeah. Well, considering some of the results across the weekend,
yeah.
I picked the Dragons.
Oh
wow.
So I
Is
jagged
that
one there.
purely because Tommy's out?
Yeah, and I thought the travel as well for Manly coming back from Perth.
Yeah.
And like they haven't been great, have they? The last few
No,
weeks.
no,
they've been a little bit up and down. And look, to be fair, they could have and probably should have won that game, but they probably turned in one of their worst performances against the Dragons. So got one there. But I got 4. But overall, I'm not going great.
Mate, I'm getting abused. My wife's workplace have a tipping comp of 24, and she's running 16th, and they just abuse her, going, "You're meant to be married to an expert." Like, what's going on? Don't look at me.
It's
So
almost
can't
to
take
the
my
point.
advice anymore.
So we've got like a little family tipping comp, right? And so on this sort of app that we do it on. So if you forget to put your tips in, you actually get the away side.
Yeah.
So my eldest daughter, she's forgot to put it in a few rounds. She's winning
Yes, there you go.
by not
said.
putting tips in.
Yeah.
So if you actually want to, because with Sportspick, like if you take me on, right? So you join, you take me on. If you beat me in the round, you go down to your local and get a free. I think you get a free schooner of beer.
Oh,
so I'll tell you
come
what.
on.
Really?
Join it because I'm going real bad this year.
I'm
going real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Every round you out-tip Cam Smith, you entered into a draw to win a $500 bounty.
Plus, I think you get a free
Plus a
schooner.
Wow.
How good's that? Hey, so what's going on with the Stormy? Have you, listen, in your time at the Storm, like since 2002 when you play your debut, all the way through to 2046 when you finally retired, up 16-2 and 40 unanswered points. Craig looked flat after the game. I don't think he had any answers.
Yeah, and you know what? That's like if you watched him during the game, like how he's usually really animated, right?
Yeah.
Whether they're winning or sort of tight game or they're down on the scoreboard, but he looked bewildered as to what was going on. Now I know they had a couple of injuries, but so did the Dolphins, so it sort of squared up things there. I've never seen the game turn like that before for a Melbourne Storm side. 16-2. I was sitting in the commentary box thinking this could be 40 or 50. I don't know if you guys felt
absolutely.
that. And that's no disrespect
When Pappy went
to
down that
Dolphins.
short side and scored that try, I thought, this could be anything.
Yeah, and they just looked in complete control. And then for some reason, it's just like they took the foot off the pedal. And I tell you what, and this is a concerning trend for me, and I'm sure it is for Craig and the rest of the coaching staff. It's been a trend of their season this year, their second halves.
Yeah.
Like first round, I think they were like 40-0 against Parramatta. I think Parramatta beat them on the scoreboard.
Second half.
Same with the Warriors. A couple of weeks ago, they were up 36 blot, I think it was.
Yes.
Yep.
Ended up getting beat 14-6 in the second half. And there was one other team, I think it might have been Manly. They give it to Manly up at Brookie a few weeks ago, but Manly end up scoring more points than them in the second half. So I don't know whether it's in the psyche of the players at the moment or their mentality to go, right, we're just going to go out there and we'll blast them off the paddock. Whoever we're playing, we'll just blow them off the paddock in the first half and we'll just coast to the
line.
The full-time siren. But I really hope they've taken a real good lesson out of that game the other night against the Dolphins, that you can't have that mentality. It doesn't matter who you're playing.
Got a text here from 625, and he mentioned the NRL 360 team. They seem to have a consensus that the Bulldogs can't win the comp. They don't have the X factor to win the comp. What's your take on it, Cam? Because I think they can win the comp.
Well, they're undefeated. They're the informed team of the competition. They're the most consistent
defensively too
team of the competition. their last 4 rounds, fellas, I don't know if you've seen this, but their last 4 rounds, you know how many points they've conceded in their last 4 games?
No.
14.
Yeah.
14 points.
They're conceding 9 on average.
14 points.
Yeah.
I don't know if Newcastle scored that many in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Sorry to all the Newcastle fans out there,
Yeah,
but
be careful. They get a bit narky.
Yeah, I know.
Particularly the Parramatta fans. Don't make Parramatta.
No, they should be all right. They had a win on the weekend.
Yeah, they're good.
But I like them. And I really like the style that they play with, and particularly, we just spoke about their defence. Spoke with Reid Marnie last night on the show, and he spoke about how there was a real focus around their mindset and their work ethic around their defence, and really minimising the opposition scoring opportunities and scoring points. So if you look over the last, let's just say 15 premiers in the competition, I think they've been 1 or 2 ranked in the competition as far as best defensive teams in the comp. They are by far and away the best defensive team in the competition at the moment. The one thing that could hurt them as the year progresses is if they lose a couple of their big stars.
Yeah.
So I completely understand that, but
if you look a healthy side, they're going to challenge anyone.
Well, absolutely, and we'll get I'll tell you what, we'll get a fair indication this week.
Yeah, Thursday night.
They take on the Broncos at home, and so the Broncos are coming off a loss against the Warriors, so they should be up and about.
Yeah.
They should be.
Hey, Canberra Raiders, would it surprise you if they were, by the end of the regular season, they were in the top 4? They'll bank up a lot of points when they get to Origin. They probably won't miss. They might miss 2 players.
Well, Hudson Young,
he'll
maybe definitely be gone.
Corey Horsburgh, maybe.
Corey Horsburgh, he's a chance. Would any of their young outside backs be Smokies?
Yes. Well, Savage has been good.
Well, I thought Sebastian Chris was a Queensland, but he's a Kiwi. So maybe Xavier Coates will be talked about. But other than that,
yeah. Well,
Savage.
I'll tell you what. They've. I don't know whether that's a part of their recruitment policy, but they tend to recruit blokes that they don't lose during Origin.
Well,
Pommies,
Kiwis.
The Kiwis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stick's pretty smart in getting that. But I'll tell you what, like they sit in 3rd in the comp at the moment.
3rd, yeah.
They're going along, quietly about their business, and they're a team that when they get it right, they can beat pretty much anyone in the comp.
Now, before we let you go, Cam, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it for Sports Pick. The Bulldogs walked to the ground from Accor Stadium to Accor the other day. Yeah. Outstanding.
Crazy.
What happens if the Queensland Origin team would have walked from hotel to Suncorp in your day?
Oh, they'd have to call the game off probably.
You wouldn't get there.
I'll tell you what, just quickly before we go to a break, we Mal organised, because all of us sort of younger fellas, right? Like we never had the opportunity to drive down Caxton Street, right? They stopped that a long time before we started playing. But Mal, he's got a few contacts, right, high up with the police and government and whatnot. So he organised, I forget what year it was, but he organised this one year for us to drive down there. Seriously, like we were petrified from our own fans.
And you're a Queenslander.
They were shaking the bus. I thought the bus was going to tip over. It was great. Come past Caxton. Oh, jeez. Like, it was a great experience, though.
Good stuff.
What? You want more? Then make sure you're following our socials and listening live to SEN Radio for your daily dose of Sports Day with Sats and Rat.